Morning, morning, Taxi Chronicles here. I love history, and I was listening to something about the Spanish conquistadors. We all talk about war and empire building, and every, especially European society, was more or less had something involved in something one way or another. But I just want to give you some facts. There was 30 million people in the South America in one society. Then the Spanish conquistadors got there, and within 40 years, they reduced them down to 1 million. Now, think of this. 40 years is not long. That's 2 lifetimes. And they used to do things like this, testing weapons. Testing weapons was creating a new weapon and thinking, I wonder how this works on the human body. So they'd take a local, a native Southern American Indian or Mayan or Aztec, and they'd use this tool that they've just created to see how does it work if I try and chop his arm off or try and split him in two. They also had dogs. Instead of trying to find wild meat to feed them, they'd just throw one of the locals to the dogs. That's where the term throwing him to the dogs comes from. It's a literal term. Now that may seem bad, but do you know when we have a campaign, when we have a war on a country for removing a bad dictator or removing some bad leader, what have you, we test weapons. We don't just test them, and that's like, you could say it's a bit like a vaccination process. There's the last process where you actually test it on human beings. And that's what happens. They create these new weapons and they see how effective it is. And then based on that war and the outcome, what do? They are able to sell it to other countries. So when we're starting wars or when we're looking at history, these are the things that have made our societies what they are today. I just thought you should know that.